Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another collector booster box of the Brothers War. So in case you missed it, we opened up one of these on Friday and saw our first foil shattered glass transformer. So hopefully we can pull another one out of here, or maybe one of those serialized cards. I've yet to pull one of those out of a collector booster box, so maybe this is the time. Full disclosure, this comes from a different case than the box where we got the transformer card. So the odds are there. Still haven't seen any concrete evidence of the odds per case, so I don't really know if it matters or if you can get a shattered glass foil as well as a serialized card in the same box. So with that, let's open up this collector booster pack and see what we can find inside. These are always so much fun to open. There we go. All right, so we're going to start this one off with a Wasteful Harvest, an Ashnod's Intervention, Swiftgear Drake, Lauren's Escape, followed by an Evangel of Synthesis, a Transmogrant Altar, and a Full Art Swamp. Then we're going to see a Diabolic Intent from the main set in foil, very good hit. And then we're going to see the Stone Brain as our extended art, followed by a Scholar of New Horizons coming in from Commander, with a Pristine Talisman in foil, and a Chromatic Star in non-foil, followed by a Cloud Key, and then we're going to see a Cyclonus the Saboteur, followed by a Diabolic Intent extended art. Very nice to see two of those in the same pack, and then we got ourselves a Construct token. All right, moving into pack number 2. All right, so all of these packs are just going to be tough to open. So bear with me as we struggle our way through it. We got ourselves an Emergency Weld, a Stone Retrieval Unit, a Hoarding Recluse, followed by a Survivor of Corleos, a Sushi Cave Guard, an Ironclaw Crusher, a Plains, and we're going to see a Kayla's Resurrection coming in as our rare from the main set, with another Diabolic Intent, this time in non-foil extended art. All right, so 2 packs, 3 Diabolic Intents, with a Geology Enthusiast coming in as a Jumpstart rare. And then we have a foil Chromatic Star, followed by a Springleaf Drum, a Keening Stone, and then we're going to see a foil Prowl Stoic Strategist with a foil Helm of the Host in the back. So very good hit there. And then we got a Shihili Filigree Master as our token. Sliding into pack number 3 here. We've got a Mishra's Juggernaut, followed by a Tower Worker, Tassia's Onulet, Whirling Strike, Mishra Excavation Prodigy, a Symmetry Matrix, an Island, and then a Myrel Shield of Argive coming in from the main set in foil. Very good hit here, over $10 in value. Followed by a Soul Partition from the Extended Art Series with a Smelting Vat. Then we're going to see a foil Burnished Heart, Swiftfoot Boots, followed by a Scrap Trawler in Schematic with an Optimus Prime. And then we're going to see a Door to Nothingness in foil in the back with a Bear token. There we go. So we got a Laserbeak Transformer token in the back. That's very cool. Then we have a Ravenous Gigamole, followed by a Gix's Caress, a Goblin Firebomb, an Argothian Sprite, a Disciples of Gix, and then a Forging the Anchor, with a Forest, and a Fateful Handoff coming in from the main set as our rare, with an Underground River in Borderless, and Urza's Workshop from the Commander set, and a foil Millstone, a Jalum Tome, an Ashnod's Altar, and then we're going to see an Ultra Magnus Tactician with a Quietus Spike coming in at the end as our foil rare, and there's the Laserbeak. All right, so this pack's going to start off with a Philology Chain Dancer, an Urza's Rebuff, a Veteran Power Blade, Supply Drop, with a go for the throat, a levitating statue, and an island. Then we're going to see the temporal anchor coming in from blue, with a Hercule's final meditation, machine god's effigy coming in from commander, with an ornithopter, a self-assembler, a Phyrexian processor, and a Soundwave Sonic Spy, followed by a foil cloud key in the back with our Thropter token. All right, sliding into pack number 6 here. If you haven't already done so, please give the video a thumbs up. It lets me know that you like the content that I'm putting out there. And if you want to comment, I try to read every single comment and respond. So ask any questions you have. So we got a Dwarven Forge Chanter, followed by a Power Stone Engineer, a Blitz Automation, a Machine Over Matter, Horned Stone Seeker, followed by a Slagstone Refinery, a Full Art Swamp. And then we're going to see a Steel Seraph as our rare from the main set, followed by a Perennial Behemoth. And then we're going to see a Wreck Hunter coming in from Commander with a Swiftfoot Boots, an Elsewhere Flask, a Defense Grid, and a Blaster Combat DJ non-foil Shattered Glass with a Tasia Dig Site Mentor in the back, extended art, and a Spirit token. And if I haven't mentioned it in a while, just want to let everyone know we do have channel memberships available right in YouTube. So feel free to sign up. There are some perks. There are 3 different levels, so I'd appreciate it. Got a Mightstone's Animation, Blanchwood Prowler, Raised to the Ground, followed by a Disenchant, Repair and Recharge, Thropter Mechanic, followed by the Forest. Then we see a Harbin Vanguard Aviator coming in as our rare from the main set, with a Queen Kayla Bin Krug, and a Tanos Solemn Survivor from Commander, with a Springleaf Drum, a Millstone, an Unwinding Clock, and then a foil Soundwave Sonic Spy, with, we got ourselves a rare serialized card, Unwinding Clock, number 219 out of 500. That is amazing, and there's a Spirit token in the back. So bear with me for just 1 second while I go ahead and sleeve this up before we really give it an inspection. That is awesome. So first serialized card on the channel. Get it really in there. So that looks pretty darn good. I don't see any defects. There's been some reports of, misprints, potentially on purpose from Wizards. But there's a little bit of up and down, off-centering. Other than that, that is amazing. All right, so fantastic. We got ourselves a serialized card. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but you open enough product, and I guess it does. All right, so we got our next pack here. Now let's try and get a Shattered Glass foil or a second serialized card. I've heard rumors that it is possible to get 2 serialized cards in a box. I don't know if I believe those rumors. We got a Atomical Scrapsmith, an Airlift Chaplain, a Goring Warplow, followed by a Prison Sentence, an Alloy Aminist, Girling Anointer, and our Mountain, followed by the Mightstone and Weakstone. That's going to be one of our meld cards. So that's the bottom half of Urza. Very cool to see that. It's currently not high value. And then we have Tasia Dig Site Mentor with a Thropter Shop from Commander and foil Millstone, followed by an Ornithopter, Quicksilver Amulet, a Silencer Hired Muscle, and then we're going to see a foil Borderless Brushland coming in here at the back. Looks beautiful, but not high value. And then we've got the other Transformer token, Ravage. All right, so we're going to start this one off with a Boulder Branch Golem, Weakstone Subjugation, Scrapwork Cohort, an Ashnod's Intervention, Falaji Vanguard, Flow of Knowledge, a Swamp, and then a Misery's Shadow. And behind that, we've got ourselves a Teething Wormlet in extended art with the Disciples of Callus Nin coming in from Commander, with a Sigil of Valor, Soul Guide Lantern, Key to the City, a Prowl Stoic Strategist, and we're going to see a Psychosis Crawler foil rare in the back there, followed by a Spirit. Every single time I see one of those foil retro artifacts in the back, I get a little bit excited, because that's the slot where the serialized cards are, and if you see one of the retro artifacts, you have a chance. So we've got a Tassia Digsite Mentor, Combat Courier, Goblin Blast Runner, with a Burrowing Razor Maw, Blanchword Armor, Pyric Blast with a Mountain, and our rare from the main set is an Autonomous Assembler, followed by a Gwenna Eyes of Gaia, a Farid Enterprising Salvager, a Soul Guide Lantern, followed by a Liquid Metal Coating, an Astral Cornucopia, and then a Jetfire Ingenious Scientist with a Skitter Beam Battalion Mythic showing up here at the end. Nice to see that. Does hold a little bit of value. And then we've got ourselves a Soldier token. All right, 2 packs to go. Can't believe we pulled that serialized card. That is amazing. All right, we got ourselves an Argothian Opportunist, followed by a Scatter Ray, a Fog of War, an Air Marshal, a Combat Thresher, an Ashnod's Harvester, and a Ghostly Plains. Then we're going to see a Hercule Final Meditation from the main set as our rare, with a Mishra Tamer of Makfawa coming in as a borderless Mishra. Very cool to see that. Followed by a Woodcaller Automation as a Jumpstart rare, with an Ivory Tower, and a Gilded Lotus. And then we get a Silencer Hired Muscle foil with a Teething Wormlet in the back, and a Bear token. All right, final Brothers War Collector Booster pack, and then we'll dive right into the MTG box analysis. I will be comparing all of the Collector Booster boxes that have been opened on the channel thus far, so make sure that you stay tuned for the analysis so you can see everything we've pulled. So we got a Twanos Tinkering, Coastal Bulwark, Energy Refractor, Philology Archaeologist, Splitting the Power Stone, a Bushwhack, another Plains, and then we're going to see a Razor Lash Transmogrant, followed by a Feldon Raunum Excavator, with a Marched of Progress from Commander, with a Mishra's Bauble, a Sigil of Valor, a Staff of Domination Mythic, with a Megatron Tyrant, and our last card could have a serial, I doubt it. It is an Inspiring Sanctuary, with a Power Stone and a Construct in the back. So just one more time, take a good look at it. All right, I'll be right back with the MTG box analysis. In today's MTG box analysis, we're going to review the Brothers War set as well as the subsets for distribution and eligibility. We're then going to look at set distribution versus observed cards in this box, set coverage data, the current value of the set, the value that we saw in this box, and then a summary. We'll close it out with a brief comparative review of the 4 collector booster boxes that I've opened thus far on the channel. And if you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and many more, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. The Brothers War set contains a total of 377 cards. In collector booster boxes, we can only see borderless and extended art in non-foil. In foil, we can see all the cards from the main set, plus the borderless and extended art. The only cards we can't see are the non-full art basic lands and the non-extended art jumpstart rares. Moving into the subsets, the Retro Frame Artifact subset contains a total of 63 named cards. These cards are available in 3 different variants: Retro Frame, Schematic, and Serial Numbered. The Retro Frame and Schematic are available in foil and non-foil, but the Serial Numbered are only available in foil, and technically they're only available in double rainbow foil. Because the 63 serialized cards are numbered 1 through 500, there's a total of 31,500 different serialized cards out there. In the Commander subset, there's a total of 209 cards. Of these, we can see 27 extended art variants in non-foil, and 11 of those same extended art cards are also available in foil. Finally, there's the Universes Beyond Transformer subset. In total, there's 29 robots available. 15 are available in a regular frame, and 14 are available in a different frame called Shattered Glass. In collector booster packs, we can see every single one of the cards in both foil and non-foil. Now let's pivot to the sets distribution versus this box. This chart shows all the cards we saw from the main Brothers War set during the opening. The foils are in orange, the non-foils are in green, and the set is in gray as the baseline. In the non-foil space, we saw 2 borderless cards and 12 extended art cards, and although these numbers are not guaranteed, they appear to be about average for a collector booster box. In the foil space, we saw a variance of 3 cards from the main set between the primary colors of Magic, with white and red seeing 9 cards and blue seeing 12. We didn't see any foil borderless in this box as we have with other collector booster boxes, and in this box we only saw 4 extended art foils. Moving into the subsets, in the Retro Frame Artifact subset, we saw 12 non-foil Retro Frame artifacts and 12 schematics, and we saw 9 of each in foil. And as you saw a moment ago, we pulled one of the 31,500 serialized cards in this box. In the Commander space, we saw 10 of the 27 cards in extended art, all non-foil. In the Universes Beyond Transformer subset, we saw 12 cards, 1 per pack. 8 were non-foil, 3 were foil, and 1 was Shattered Glass. From a coverage perspective, we saw 98 unique foils from the main set, giving us 27% coverage of the 357 cards we were eligible to see. Our highest coverage from the main set was in blue, seeing 38% of that color. In the non-foil space, we saw 25% of the 8 borderless cards and 12 of the 77 extended art cards for 16% coverage. And in the subsets, we saw 19% of the retro frame and schematics in non-foil and 14% of each in foil. In Commander, we simply saw 37% of the extended art cards in non-foil. In the Universes Beyond Transformer subset, we saw 9 of the 29 cards in non-foil for 31% coverage, and in the foil space, we saw 3 of 29 for 10% coverage. Now let's take a look at coverage by rarity, starting off with the main set. In the non-foil space, we covered 22% of the rares with 14 and 0% of the mythics. In the foil space, we saw 47% of the commons, 30% of the uncommons, 15 rares for 12% coverage, and 2 mythics for 5% coverage. In the Retro Frame Artifact subset, we saw 33% of the uncommons, 10 rares for 17% coverage, and 2 mythics for 7% coverage in the non-foil space. In the foil space, we saw 22% of the commons, 7% of the rares with 6, and 2% of the mythics with 1. In the Commander subset, we saw 9 of the 21 rares for 43% coverage, and a single mythic which was good enough to see 17% coverage. And because the Transformers are all mythics, the coverage by rarity is the same as the coverage earlier, which is non-foil 31% and foil 10%. In total, this box contained 54 rares and 18 mythics. Now let's talk about value, specifically set value and observe value. This chart shows all 377 cards from the main Brothers War set broken down by color, category, and dollar ranges. Using non-foil pricing, there are currently 15 cards from the main set valued over $10, 7 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 54 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 286 cards are valued less than $1. If you were to add up the value of all 377 cards from the main set, again using non-foil prices, you'd have a grand total of $558.27. And now let's take a look at the value that we saw from the main set. In this box, we saw 2 big hits valued over $10. They were the foil extended art Diabolic Intent valued at $14.31, as well as the foil Myrel Shield of Argy from the main set valued at $17.09. We also saw 3 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 5 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 105 cards from the main Brothers War set are valued less than $1. In the Retro Frame Artifact subset, 4 of the cards are currently valued at $10, 8 are valued between $5 and $10, and 30 are valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 84 cards are valued less than $1. In this box, the only retro artifact that we saw that was valued over $5 was the serial number 219 out of 500 unwinding clock, which is currently valued at $549.98. We did see 9 cards valued between $1 and $5 and 24 cards valued less than $1 in this box. So how did today's box perform? Well, I purchased this box through a Patreon agreement for $204.67. Today we opened up a collector booster box with 12 packs, each containing 15 cards for a total of 180 cards. The 12 tokens have a total value of $21.41, thanks to being able to pull both of the Transformer tokens in this box. The non-foils from the main set have a total market value of $21.60, and the 101 foils from the main set have a market value of $67.92. The 10 Extended Art Commander cards are valued at $4.45, and our 12 Transformers are valued at $18.50. The 42 Retro Frame and Schematic Artifacts are valued at $46.80. And again, that serialized unwinding clock is valued at $549.98. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box is $730.66, which is a gain of $525.99 over the price I paid, and equates to a return of 357% of the purchase price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 20 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a combined value of $673.33, which accounts for 92% of the total box value. I do want to point out that had the serialized card not been in this box, the grand total would have only been $180.68, which would have made this box a loss. And without the serialized card, we would have only seen 19 cards valued over $2 for a grand total of $123.35 in card value. Comparing the 4 boxes that we've opened so far on the channel, all of them had the exact same duplication rate of 3%, and they also had the same coverage numbers from the main Brothers War set, with 16% of the eligible non-foils and 27% of the eligible foils. They differed in their rare and mythic counts, though. In these 4 boxes, we saw between 24 and 29 rares from the main set and 2 to 7 mythics. This gave us an average pull rate of 27 rares and 4 mythics from the main Brothers War set. We averaged 9 rares and 1 mythic from the Commander subset, and since every single pack is guaranteed to have a mythic Transformer, all of them will always see 12. In the Retro Artifact subset, we averaged 15 rares and 3 mythics per box. In total, these 4 boxes average 52 rares and 21 mythics per box. From a value perspective, here's how the 4 boxes stack up. I've adjusted the price of every single card in these boxes, so we are looking at an apples-to-apples comparison. The first box I opened was kind of a dud. It didn't net the highest value in any category, and it cost me the most because I purchased it from my local game store. Box 2 did come out on top in the non-serialized Retro Artifact category with $48.01 in value. Box 3 led the way in Commander, Transformers, as well as non-foil and foil from the main Brothers War set. Today's box only led in highest token value with $21.41. Box 1 and Box 2 didn't see any of the chase cards, but Box 3 and 4 did. Box 3 had the foil Shattered Glass Goldbug Humanity's Ally, currently valued at $194.53, and today's box contained that serialized unwinding clock, valued at $549.98. In total, Box 1 now sees $192 even in card value. Box 2 had the lowest amount with $190.52, and Box 3 saw $448.88, and today's box takes the crown with $730.66 in card value. What will Box 5 hold? Be sure to subscribe to the channel and find out. Until next time, do something amazing.